Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to Keystone College's 2020 Commencement Celebration. I'm Dr. Sherry Strain, Professor and Chair of Faculty Senate. I want you guys to realize that you have a special place in the history of Keystone College. You are the first, and we hope the only, class who didn't get to have their commencement in person on time. And that means, therefore, that you are also the first, and we hope the last class, to get a do-over on your commencement moment. Please join me in a round of applause for the Keystone College Symphonic Band. Just a couple of announcements. Anytime we're in a large space like this, please put your phones on vibrate during the ceremony. And we know that the CDC has updated guidelines on a consistent basis, but we still ask you to keep your masks on since we can't verify everyone's status, etc. So particularly as you come up on the stage, we do still ask for the mask. It is my pleasure to announce the stage party and other guests. On the stage is Daphne Linus, 2020 Outstanding Graduate. Mr. John Pulo, Trustee and Featured Speaker. Mr. James C. Clark, Chair of the Board of Trustees. And Dr. Tracy Brundage, President of Keystone College. I would also like to gratefully acknowledge members of the Board of Trustees and all of the Keystone College faculty who got dressed up in their fancy regalia today, because you deserve this moment. Now, if you'll please stand and join me in singing the national anthem led by the Keystone College Symphonic Band. Men, we ask that you remove your caps, please. Thank you, and you may be seated. It is my pleasure now to introduce Dr. Tracy L. Brundage, the 11th President of Keystone College.
Trying to get this mask right. You all know how that is, right? Trying to figure out where to put it. Well, hello, members of the class of 2020. I have to tell you, as I was starting to see everybody over the course of the weekend, it was just such an honor to see all of you making the time to come back, and it gives me such great pleasure to say, welcome back to Keystone. I'm so glad to see you in person at this wonderful celebration. Of course, the last time I offered you my heartfelt congratulations was the day you received your degrees in May of 2020 during our virtual commencement. And I have to tell you, as nice as that was, being here with you today is a lot more enjoyable. But my words to you then are just as true as we gather today. Most importantly, I want to tell you how proud I am of each and every one of you. The challenges that you overcame, especially during the last few months of the final semester, are hard to believe and have in many ways marked you as one of the greatest graduating classes in the history of Keystone College. I hope all has gone well for you in your lives and in your careers in the months since I last addressed you. And I also hope you and your family members have remained healthy and safe and will continue to do so. While I know you will ultimately enjoy great success, I also realize the road ahead will offer some challenges as well. So once again, I tell you to remain steadfast and resilient in the face of obstacles. Do not lose heart and do not lose hope when life goes off course. You have already proven you have the talent and determination to overcome difficulties. Rely on those experiences in the months and the years ahead. Do not be afraid. Seize opportunities, carpe diem, as they present themselves and learn from them. That is an important part of any career and an important part of life. I know you have the talent, the drive, and the positive attitude to continue to build on your accomplishments to this point in your lives. I know you will keep moving forward, and I know you will continue to succeed. You have already proven that. So again, members of the class of 2020, I am honored to meet with you in person this time, and I want to tell you again how proud we all are of you. You represent the best of Keystone today and for all time. Thank you very much. It's my great honor to introduce our featured speaker this afternoon, John F. alumnus of Keystone College. John is a member of the college's Board of Trustees and served as board chair from 2018 to 2020. John is founder and CEO of Chartwell Strategies, a strategic advisory services and consulting firm formed in 2018. And prior to founding Chartwell, he was employed for 35 years at Gentex Corporation, a world leader in personal protection for defense and security personnel, where he held a variety of senior positions in business leadership, corporate development, research and development, business development, and operations. John's industry experience prior to Gentex includes 12 years with the Swedish conglomerate Sandvik AB, where he held key management positions at both the corporate and divisional levels. John also holds a bachelor's degree in economics from Wilkes University and a master's of business administration with a concentration in operations management from the University of Scranton. He received a master's degree in technology management from the University of Pennsylvania, conferred jointly by the School of Engineering and Applied Science and the Wharton School. Everyone, please welcome Mr. John Pulo.
They gave me a TAM today. That's really great because I don't know how to use a mortarboard. It's been a long time. Hello, class of 2020. Congratulations. It's really great to see you here today in person, and I'm really happy to be here with you. It's a great honor. And good afternoon, Dr. Brundage, faculty and staff, trustees, parents, and friends. I don't need to tell you the devastation that has been brought on by this pandemic, not only in terms of its human cost, but also its profound impact on our quality of life. We all know the numbers. For those of you who have lost loved ones, please accept my sincere condolences. Some of you may have become ill from the virus itself. I'm sure everyone has a story of someone close who has also lost family and friends. All of us have experienced the dislocations and isolation brought on by COVID-19 and will likely feel its effects for years to come. We all share a sense of lost time, more than a year stolen from our lives, our families, and our friends. For you, the class of 2020, it also robbed you of the one opportunity to celebrate the hard work and sacrifices to complete your study and receive recognition for what you've done. This celebration is a way to take that back and to affirm that the efforts you've put into Keystone were not only worthwhile, but essential to moving you forward on the path of life you've chosen. I salute you. I salute your resilience and resolve to recapture this important rite of passage and to celebrate your time and accomplishments here at Keystone. I want you to know that being here today is a full circle for me, and I can't tell you how much it means to me to share my thoughts with you this afternoon. Every Keystone graduate has a story, and mine is not that different than others who have graced the halls of this remarkable institution. If you told me in 1969 that I would be addressing the graduating class of 2020, I would have said you were crazy, or worse, on something. I was not an academic standout in high school and found my passion playing the drums with a series of rock bands, probably because of my musical affiliations, and we all know what rock drummers look like. My high school guidance counselor told me I wasn't college material and suggested I attend a trade school. I always thought I wanted to be an engineer and somehow managed to get accepted to Penn State. Of course, the drum kit went with me, and after a year of school getting in the way of having a full social life, I felt that my guidance counselor's assessment had somehow been validated. Despite being the first in my family to go to college, I had not carried that banner very well. I came home, got a job in a factory, and after a few months of less than subtle prodding from my parents, I applied to Keystone and somehow managed to get accepted. My parents, God bless them, they gave me everything, but with 4 kids at home, there was little left over for tuition, so I worked, took out school loans, and went to school part-time. I re-entered college thinking I wanted to be a teacher, but remained confused about my direction and also had doubts that teaching would be the right path for me. And then I ran into Jean Laurie, a professor of literature at Keystone, and a quiet force that changed everything. She helped me find my voice, pushed my thinking, and restored my confidence that I could do good work and excel. Keystone has a powerful mentoring tradition that is especially rooted in its outstanding faculty. As I reflect on my time here, there were others in science, education, the arts, social sciences, athletics, and more, who all had a lasting influence on my self-worth as well as my awareness of the world and the drive to experience it. I hope this was your experience here as well. Judging from the conversations I've had with Keystone graduates over the years, I believe this tradition carries today. I did not become a teacher, but I have always used my work to inform the direction of my formal and informal education from that point on. It helped fill gaps in my knowledge to meet the challenges in my work and made me a stronger and more effective partner with my associates. I was also fortunate to have employers over the years who were willing to invest in my growth. The lesson here is the power of lifelong learning. Every time I invested in myself, it was instrumental in advancing my career. And it did not all come at once. I finally did get that engineering degree from the University of Pennsylvania as I turned 50 years old. During my career, I ran global businesses, managed multi-plant operations, led R&D and developed new products, acquired companies, led startups and joint ventures, and built entirely new businesses based on groundbreaking technologies. At 35 years at Gentex, I was part of fielding some of the most advanced life safety equipment for our military on the ground and in the air. It was the most satisfying experience of my life. As John F. Kennedy once said, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. I could not have met the challenges of leadership in this evolution of protective technologies if I did not put in the time to get better at the things that mattered. Inevitably, I would be at a trade show somewhere in the world to meet with the U.S. or foreign military users of our products. One encounter that will last with me as long as I live was being approached by a U.S. Army captain who had clearly been injured in the line of duty. He presented me with a protective helmet made by our company that was obviously scarred in battle and said, "This helmet saved my life in Iraq. I wanted to thank your company and let you know." It was one of the most moving experiences of my life and reminded me once again that people depend upon what we do. Family, friends, the community, and more, and in some cases with consequences that affect their daily lives, their very lives. There is no higher calling than devoting yourself to excellence and creating value in the service of others. Lifelong learning is about continuous self-improvement. It also enhances social inclusion, active citizenship, and personal development. So let me give you a few signposts on this journey of lifelong learning. 1, be fearlessly curious. Every step you take opens a new door, a new set of relationships, and new opportunities. If you really want to learn and grow, take on an assignment that needs doing but has not been done before. No rules, no roadmap. Scary? Sure. Failure a possibility? You bet. But what an incredible opportunity to explore, especially when people might not expect you to succeed in the first place. My first real startup was a complete flop. I can tell you that I had more than my share of dry holes trying to commercialize emerging technologies. But I learned so many things from those experiences that helped me in the cases where I was successful. Failure is a great teacher. Successful entrepreneurs and leaders will tell you the same thing. 2, connect the dots. Learning is not only accumulative, it's integrative. Working for a personal protection company like Gentex put me in touch with an endless array of technical specialties: physiology, human factors, material science, physics, polymer chemistry, acoustics, composites, the list goes on. The point here is that solutions to complex problems lie at the intersections of these specialties and the people who own them. This is important. Integrating skills and knowledge is the beating heart of every successful organized activity, whether it's a business, a healthcare enterprise, nonprofit organization, or even a social movement. Cast your net widely. Look for complementary sources of expertise, no matter how far out they may seem. You will be surprised at what you find and delighted at what you learn. 3, ask for help. I know that this sometimes may be a difficult thing to do. It certainly was for me for a long time. Often it's because you're either afraid, or the person seems unapproachable, or perhaps you believe it will make you look inferior. You will be absolutely astonished at how successful people are generous with their time, give freely of their advice, and are also pleased to be asked as a way of giving back. This example of kindness will also be something you remember when it's your time to return the favor. Lifelong learners are humble and find joy in acquiring knowledge and then sharing it. 4, be present in all you do. To quote Maya Angelou, be present in all things and be thankful for all things. It's not just about showing up. It's about being present in your work and your relationships with others. Active listening and engagement not only show respect, but speaks to your authenticity as an honest and trusted player. The exchange of ideas and information occurs best when others feel your sense of commitment and honesty in your work. Teams readily pick up on this signal and are anxious to get behind a leader they feel will be open and respectful of their input, especially if they have similar values and if they feel they can have an active part in contributing to group achievement. This is the stuff of high-performance teams. 5, build diversity in everything you do. I've been fortunate to have worked with some very talented people both at home and abroad and from virtually every walk of life. And I can tell you remarkable stories of struggle and accomplishment in what many people would say are impossible circumstances. The richness of their experiences, the lessons they learned along the way, are powerful insights into the social and cultural landscape we touch through our decisions and actions every day. We lose so much if we are not committed to diversity and inclusion in all forms. We all have something valuable to give. Solutions also become much more equitable when we learn and work together. 6, give back. Lifelong learners enjoy sharing their knowledge because they know the hardships and sacrifices of formal and experiential learning. The goal is to learn quicker and act faster. That takes sponsorship, not just mentoring. Sponsorship involves actions like introducing and advocating for others with helpful connections, creating opportunities for team members to take on the lead on critical projects or present their work in situations with wide visibility. We all want to climb, but we have an obligation to lift. Sponsorship can be life-changing and is also deeply satisfying if you commit to making it a part of who you are. It also perpetuates a cycle of giving that can be impactful for generations. I said that Keystone had a very strong mentoring tradition, but I believe it is actually a tradition of sponsorship, where faculty and staff have given completely of themselves to their students for generations. That is really powerful and speaks to why you're here today. You came here today to take back what was taken from you by one of the largest natural forces you will experience in a lifetime. Life stopped, and in a matter of months, your world shifted to remote learning and isolated you from the very core of your experience at the college. The hard lesson here is that sometimes there are events so large that we must bend in their wake and adapt. The importance of recognizing the sacrifices you made to get here are a part of celebrating life, and you are absolutely right to persist in your belief that it matters. In preparing these remarks, I had the pleasure of speaking with several of the graduates here today. Janelle, you out there? Janelle? Shannon? Pascal? Present. Cool. Jake, you out there? I just wanted to say I was just so impressed with these folks, and thank you again for your time and your kindness and your input. This was extremely helpful. I also have a message from my alma mater as well. Listen to this generation of students you've just graduated. They are articulate, smart, and absolutely committed to making a difference in the world we know today and the world that will succeed us. We are in good hands as we turn over the reins of leadership to them. They are part of a proud tradition of Keystone alumni. To the class of 2020, we believe in you and your future and remain committed as sponsors in your lives in the day ahead. I would also ask that you become a force in shaping the Keystone of the future as well. For me, it all started here at Keystone. I hope you will look back on your days here with equal affinity and satisfaction, not as an end, but a defining point of departure in your future. I also wish you a lifetime with the joy of learning and sharing it with others. And yes, I still play the drums. After all these years, it remains such a liberating form of expression for me, and I can't wait for the next opportunity to play. Thank you, class of 2020. Good luck to you. And in the words Garrison Keillor used to end his radio show, be well, do good work, and keep in touch. Thank you.
Where are we going? This is all you?
I replaced it.
No, this is. No, it's right here. Okay. Got it. John, thank you for being part of our 2020 commencement celebration. We would like to offer you this small token of our appreciation.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thanks. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the class of 2020 outstanding graduate, a native of Ringwood, New Jersey. Daphne Linus graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice and Psychology and a minor in Homeland Security. She was named to the President's list every semester and is currently in her second year of graduate school at the University of Scranton, pursuing a master's degree in school counseling. Daphne aspires to be a school counselor and coach. Her achievements in and out of the classroom have been exceptional. In addition to being named the Outstanding Graduate, Daphne also received the award for Outstanding Achievement in Criminal Justice and Psychology. Thanks to her efforts in the classroom, she is a recipient of Keystone's Academic Excellence Scholarship, was an honors scholar and presidential fellow, and a member of Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society. She currently serves on the Keystone College Alumni Association Board of Directors. Daphne also excelled on the athletic field, where she served as captain of both the women's field hockey and lacrosse teams. Active in the community, Daphne volunteered at the Wayne County Correctional Facility, where she advocated for additional resources and programming for incarcerated individuals. She also volunteered with local youth field hockey and lacrosse teams, where she served as a referee and assisted with practices. It is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Daphne Linus.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Brundage, for the wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family, friends, and the Board of Trustees, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2020. Thank you all for taking the time to attend our in-person graduation ceremony. I am beyond honored and a little bit nervous to be chosen as the outstanding graduate and to have the opportunity to speak to you all on behalf of the class of 2020. And although our last semester of college and a virtual graduation ceremony may not have been ideal at first, we are somewhat returning to a new type of normal. And I am excited for what lies ahead for all of us. Nearly a year and a half later, as I reflect on my time I spent at Keystone, I'm incredibly grateful and honored to be standing here today. It is honestly impossible for me to find the words to express how happy I am that we have the opportunity to experience an in-person celebration. I would like to give a special thank you to the Keystone College Commencement Committee for all of the hard work and dedication that has gone into making this beautiful commencement ceremony possible. So if we could just take a moment to give them a round of applause. I told myself I wouldn't cry, and I'm trying really hard to keep the tears in, so just bear with me. I would also like to take a moment to thank the people who have helped me come this far in my life, because without all of them, I would not be standing before you today. So thank you to my wonderful family for always supporting and believing in me, no matter the situation or circumstances. My parents have always been my biggest fans, and I am blessed to have a really supportive and loving family. I know a lot of them are watching the live stream, so thank you so much. To my dad, mom, sister, brother, nephew, grandparents, aunts, and uncles and cousins for giving me the foundation to grow into the strong and independent female that I am and the strong and independent female that I will become in the future. Secondly, thank you to my friends. True friends are really hard to come across, and I am extremely lucky to have them in my life. My friends have had my back and provided endless laughter, and I would not have made it through my years in college without them by my side, and I know I have friendships that will certainly last a lifetime. Athletics have also been a massive part of my life, and I have had such incredible coaches throughout my time as an athlete. Special thank you to Coach Irwin, Coach Adrian, who's now Dr. Malott, and Coach Davis for guiding me. I appreciate them pushing me to become the best version of myself, both on and off the athletic field. So thank you to the numerous coaches I have had in my life for teaching me how to be a fierce competitor and dedicated and committed to following my dreams. Professors at Keystone have taught me valuable lessons about life, including striving towards continually educating myself, finding my voice, and emphasizing that the path I am on in life matters. I am very grateful to have had the opportunity to be able to call you all my role models. I've had many different professors who have created a significant impact on my life, and I can't thank you all enough. And last but certainly not least, to the class of 2020, thank you for your hard work and dedication that has gotten you all this far. As you move on in life, I encourage you to remember to thank those who have helped you get to where you are today. I do have to admit, I struggled writing this speech for the second time, and I thought to myself, nearly a year and a half later from graduating, how can I possibly find the right words to address my classmates who first graduated college during a pandemic and then were thrown into the real world expected to be adults? One of the first words that came to my mind was resiliency, which has already been mentioned a lot, which is great, and you have all shown and emphasized resiliency in so many ways. And if I know anything about the class of 2020, it is that we prevail when faced with adversity. I believe it's only right to mention how the COVID-19 pandemic has taken a lot away from many of us. Our last semester of senior year, at first our graduation ceremony, employment opportunities, and for some, unfortunately, the lives of friends and family members. However, according to Aristotle, it is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. We are currently living through a time of historic importance, and we can use what we have learned at our time at Keystone, such as innovation, creativity, and problem-solving skills, in order to help navigate our changing world and create a better, stronger one. As we move forward with our lives and take steps towards our future, I challenge each and every one of you to learn how to find positives in adverse situations. Even though we have graduated and moved on from Keystone, it is always a place where we can call home and where we truly belong. I encourage you all to stay involved at Keystone, whether it's following social media, volunteering, or attending in-person events. There are always ways we can stay connected to each other and a very special part of our lives. Over the past years, many things have changed. Our friends, our experiences, and even who we see ourselves as. However, as time moves forward, no matter where we go or what we do, we will always be giants. And when we look back at our past, we can cherish the memories we made throughout our time at Keystone. Congratulations to the class of 2020, and best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, Daphne, for the heartfelt and motivating message. A significant number of you earned academic honors determined by your grade point average at the time of graduation. Cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. These honors will be noted as we present you across the stage. They are also noted in the program. And we ask those graduating with honors at this point to stand and be recognized with a well-deserved round of applause. Listens and follows directions still. This is very good. We now begin the conferral of degrees to the Keystone College graduates. There is a professional photographer taking pictures of each graduate. And in the interest of decorum and as a courtesy to those around you, please remain seated while the graduates are awarded their degrees. Thanks to each of you for your cooperation. Marshals, if you will take your positions, please. And I now invite President Brundage and Chairman Clark to come for the conferral of degrees.
Candidates for the degrees of Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Associates in Arts, and Associates in Science, please rise. Yes, that's all of you. Chairman Clark, on behalf of the faculty of Keystone College, I present these candidates and respectfully recommend that such degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and by the trustees of Keystone College, I confer upon the candidates from Keystone College the degrees of Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Associate in Arts, and Associate in Science. Congratulations.
You did it again. Amy Llewellyn, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. April L. Llewellyn, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Catherine Thompson, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Winter Eve Gawarty, Bachelor of Science. Carrie Lynn Gawarty, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Ursil Kubove Ungango, Bachelor of Science. Okay. Colin Franco, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Aiden T. Powers, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Natalie Ortiz, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Pascal Lusson, Bachelor of Science. Natalie Beth Daly, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Nicole Teresa Cromie, Master of Education. Daphne A. Linus, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, Honors Scholar. Jamie Lynn Albert, Associate in Science, summa cum laude. Alexandra Bailey Moyer, Associate in Science, magna cum laude. Farida Bawamaran, Master of Education. Tabitha Lee, Bachelor of Science. Sarah Joan Epley, Associate in Science, magna cum laude. Sheena N. Marr, Associate in Science, cum laude. Elizabeth A. Wadsworth, Associate in Science. Daniel Duggan, Bachelor of Science. Brian Francis Lennon, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Austin C. Pringle, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Kylie Melissa Emerson, Bachelor of Science. Matthew James Roman, Associate in Science. Janelle LaShawn Strother, Bachelor of Science. Sophia Lenore Geiser, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Glory Ileana Torres, Bachelor of Science. Jacqueline Marie Caldiero, Bachelor of Arts. Maria Duarte, Bachelor of Science. Sarah Rose Durr, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Emily Claire Laparuda, Associate in Science. Michael Nally, Bachelor of Science. Sean N. Riley, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Scott Jacob Moyer, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Jean DeLeese, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Kristen Elizabeth Murray, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Tiffany Lynn DeWitt, Bachelor of Arts. Deshaun Banks, Bachelor of Arts. Raymond Twine Mills, Jr., Bachelor of Science. Aaron Scott Chichester, Bachelor of Science. Alexander Thomas Schmidt, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Yay! We now have the special privilege of presenting once again the 2020 graduates of Keystone College with a symbol of their accomplishments. You did it. Congratulations again. It's wonderful to see so many of you here, and now please stand once more. And once again, turn your tassels. And you can sit. I'm sure your family and friends supported you along the way. And at this time, I ask them, your family and friends, to stand and be recognized. Also, your Keystone College faculty members guided and supported you. And so now, will the faculty please stand and be recognized? I also want to thank the Keystone College Commencement Committee, the marshals, the Keystone Symphonic Band, and the volunteers today for making today's event such a success. Keystone is very proud of you and your accomplishments. We wish you continued success and hope that you think fondly of your time at Keystone. If you'll now please rise and welcome the chorale at Keystone to the stage as we join in singing the Keystone College alma mater. The words may be found on the back of your program.
We give our thanks anew. We go forth and promise to pledge our lives to you. Hail, alma mater, and ever shall be our creed. For you, alma mater, by virtue ever lead. To Keystone College, we give our thanks anew. We go forth and promise to pledge our lives to you.
Congratulations, graduates. Let's give you one more round of applause. And I'm going to ask that you remain standing while the stage party, the faculty, and the guests exit. The real commencement program has ended. Thank you.